Hey guys, Demon Eyes here. Welcome to another video of Phantasy Star Online 2, the North America version. Today we are going to go over some basic augmenting and how to augment your armor and weapons. First up, the person you're going to want to visit is Monica or Dudu, and depending on what block you're on is going to depend on who you talk to. Monica is always on an even block, and Dudu is always on an odd block. Wait a minute, what was that?
But Demon, why would I want to augment my armor? The maximum level is only level 75, and I don't want to waste all my money in Meseta when there's an update going to come out. Nobody knows when, so I'm just going to go ahead and just blow all this off and not learn it. And then I'll go do this Luther fight and these urgent quests, and I'll complain the entire time because I can't do enough damage to help my teammates beat it. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Okay guys, so I hear that a lot when I talk to people about augmenting on stream or off stream when I'm just talking to my friends. And here's the thing. There is a valid point, and there might not be a reason right now to spend, tens of millions of Meseta on augmenting, because right now the max level is 75, and eventually in the future there is going to be a level cap increase. But the thing is that nobody knows when that is. And I can't tell you, especially right now, after the update that happened with the urgent quest, the Luther fight, how many people in just a lobby of a block that I see complaining that they didn't have enough damage to beat Luther. And that can be fixed with easy augmenting. You don't need to go overboard on augmenting. I'm just going to show you guys some basic augmenting things, kind of get your feet wet into it about how to go about augmenting. But if you're not willing to min-max right now, your armor, at least throw some good stats on it, so you at least have maybe plus 60 to your damage stats to help you do more damage, or even get some more PP on your armor, or if you're a health nut, throw some more health on there. So we're going to jump right into the video here, and we're going to go ahead and get started. The first thing you need to do about augmenting is that you can only augment a piece of armor or a weapon with another armor or weapon. So what I mean by that is only units can augment units, and only weapons can augment weapons. Now, the thing about that is you can only augment something with something of the same amount of slots or higher. As an example, if you have a unit with 2 augments on it, you can only use units that have 2 augments or more to augment that unit. You cannot take a 1-slot unit to augment a 2-slot unit. Make sense? Okay. So we'll go to Monica here. We're going to go to a fixed augment. And we're just going to take this, piece of gear right here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this piece of gear right here.
Don't be a stranger, okay?
Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and go to Monica here, and we're going to start our augment process.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
give
we're going
it
to
my
take this
best
piece
shot.
of gear right here, and we're going to say, so this already has 4 augments on it. As you can see, it has Reflex, Toughness, Genius, and Precision. So you can select up to 5 pieces of equipment to conform the augments to. And as you see here, like one of these, like this piece right here has Fang Soul on it, and then this piece that we're going to selecting has Casting Soul. This piece has Reflective, Toughness, and Precision. So we can select all 3 of these pieces. As you select multiple pieces, the costs of augmenting and Meseta does go up. When you start to augment 10 and 11 star pieces of gear, 13 star weapons, as you select more augments, it gets expensive. Doing a 11 star unit selecting 5 different things costs almost 1 mil Meseta, so this can get costly. So just for an example, we'll select all 3 here, and we're going to hit on confirm. Now, you see here where the 3 slots, so we could go Might for the first slot, Precision for the second slot, and Casting for the third slot. Now, those have a 100% transfer rate. Not everything is going to have a 100% transfer rate. And if you're trying to transfer souls, you're going to need 3 souls on the same piece of gear, 3 different pieces of gear with the same soul on it, and that will only give you an 80% transfer rate. That's where the augment enhanced items come into effect, the plus 10%, plus 30%, and plus 40%. Those will help you get to 100% so it doesn't fail. Now you can throw an extra slot on an item if you would like. So let's say I want this toughness 1. Yeah, it is only toughness 1, but it says 100%. I just want to show you guys something. If you try to upslot this, it lowers everything down, so now everything only has a 70% chance to transfer over to increase the slots on this item. We can fix that by throwing an augment plus 30% on it, and that would make everything at 100%. Now, the thing about augmenting is, as you see here, this Reflex 1, how we get Reflex 2 is you select pieces with the same stat on them. So as an example, multiple pieces of Reflex 1 will give you a percentage chance to make Reflex 2. So it works for everything, right? So let's say Might 3 for an example. Let's say you got gear with Might 3 on it. You grab a bunch of pieces of gear with Might 3 on them, and then you go to Augment on them. Your Might 3 will have a 40% chance to become a Might 4. Now you can increase that with Augment Aids, and then you can take 3 pieces of Might 4 to try to create a Might 5. Those are going to give you different stat boosts at this point in time. What's important to remember, guys, is you can only transfer 1 soul to a piece of gear. So how this piece of gear already has Fang Soul on it, you couldn't have, for an example, Apprentice Soul and Fang Soul. You can't have that. You have to choose 1 soul. I do recommend that you guys choose Apprentice Soul if you're going to put a soul on a piece of gear, because Apprentice Soul does give plus 40 to melee, range, and tech power. But as you can see here, with this piece of gear, the slots are at 100%, so if we were to start the affix, we're not going to use any success boosters, and we could affix it, and this would change those stats to Might 1, Precision 1, and Casting 3. Let's go ahead and do that for you guys, just for the video's sake.
Success! Thank goodness.
Alright, there you guys go. Augment succeeded,
Don't be a
and
stranger,
now our piece of gear
okay?
has those augments on it. Now guys, please keep in mind this was just a very basic augmenting video. It can get a bit more intense when you're talking about breaking slots on purpose, or I also should add that if your augment fails, so if that was a 3-slot piece of equipment, and I chose that 60% augment, and that augment would failed, and the other 2 succeeded, that would then break that 3rd slot. So all of a sudden, that 3-slot piece of equipment would become a 2-slot piece of equipment. So you guys have to keep that in mind when you're augmenting, that if a slot does fail and your augment doesn't stick, it will break that slot and it will de-slot your equipment down. Alright though guys, that is going to cover it for this basic augmenting video. I hope that helps you guys out. Later on in the future, I will do a more in-depth augmenting video. This video is just a quick one to get you guys' feet wet into augmenting. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them below. Don't forget to drop me a like. And as always, you can catch me live at twitch.tv/demonize, where I answer questions on my live stream and interact with viewers all the time. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there.